thing, but for one New Jersey Devil, this is a special night. Mike Mottau turns 30 in March. Remember, he had only 23 games of NHL experience before this season with the Devils, and only tonight does he finally get the chance to play his first National Hockey League game in the city of Boston. I asked him about it when he arrived at the rink this evening.
Extremely special, and to be able to come back to your hometown and play in front of family and friends, it's always a dream come true. But especially later in my career, so I can appreciate it a little bit more. It's really nice.
So you have memories not only of the old Boston Garden, but of this building as well. Talk about TD Bank North Garden first before we go back to the old days.
Well, playing at Boston College, we played all the Hockey East championships here, and then the Bean Pot, which was every year, it was always quite a thrill. Packed house, and again, bragging rights for Boston. Local colleges here. So, but one of the memories that I want to forget, but it was great. We lost the national championship here in 1998 to Michigan, and but even though it was a good experience, it was a tough loss, but it was a good time to experience.
All right, you're 29, so I don't know if you have the real true appreciation of how intimidating a place the old Boston Garden was, but in your childhood, was it still in any measure that way?
Oh yeah, it was a great building to come watch, and when you have the teams that they had there, it was pretty intimidating teams. Cam Neely coming down on you. It was like a little shoebox, so there was nowhere to hide. So he was coming in full steam on the D, and I've been talking to some guys who played against him and said he was a tough guy to play against, and especially in that small building.
We recently had the 20th anniversary of Ray Bourque lifting his jersey number 7, giving it to Phil Esposito, and becoming 77 from that point on. Ray Bourque, for you, was an inspiration, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, childhood idol growing up, watching him, game in, game out was really exciting. For him to do that, it just showed what type of guy he was, real classy act, and it was a good guy to grow up watching, trying to emulate, and I got a few chances to meet him when I was growing up, so it was really, really exciting.
Give me a memory from the old Boston Garden with your family that still sticks out in your mind today.
Well, there's a couple. My dad bought tickets for us for Christmas against the Quebec Nordiques, and came in obstructed view seats and couldn't see the other end, so my brother and I snuck down, and Keith Crowder got in a fight, and a glove came over the glass, and he was able to catch it, but ended up having to return it. But it was that memory sticks out, and also being able to skate on the Garden Ice before our practices. My coach growing up was Ken Hodge, and Ken Hodge Jr. was playing for the Bees at the time, so we got a chance to go out and skate around, and it was really quite a thrill. And I was able to go in the locker room and type Cam Neely skates for $5 one time, so it was pretty exciting too.
People in Boston appreciate the Bean Pot. For people outside, the whole thing is hard to connect to. What is that tournament like for a player?
Especially growing up here, and then to go to the schools that are involved, BC, BU, Harvard, and Northeastern. It's a tradition every the first 2 Mondays in February, and it's it's bragging rights for guys in the Boston area. You grow up playing with and against guys that you're playing against in the tournament, and it's just an exciting time, especially to play in a packed building. And it's nice to break up the season too. It gives it a nice little kickstart, and BU has a pretty good stranglehold on it, but we always played them tough, and it was always a fun time.